Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. How are you doing with your preparation with the Feast of Trumpets, when we will see Jesus in the sky? Yeah, I'm sure many people are still doubtful, but I'm not doubtful about that at all. The rapture is a faith issue, people. So much is happening, and there's so much what one can say. However, let me just say this, that the Saturday will be my last videos, and then for the last 10 days until the 27th, I'm really going to concentrate just my focus just upon Jesus. Okay, so I hope you'll give me that time out. But I'll still pop in and just write a scripture down in the community post, and we shall see Jesus in the sky shortly, people. I cannot wait, and I'm sure you do as well. Today I just want to discuss, I said to you I'm going to discuss Samuel Doctorian's vision that he had about the sixth seal. And now many people don't know what is about. What he described is a sixth seal, and possibly things that happen after the rapture, that's during the trumpet judgment and the bowl judgment, because one of the angels, there's 5 angels that appeared to him. One had a sword, one had a trumpet, one had a bow. And yeah, you'll see it see it just now. Yeah, now Samuel Doctorian came to our church quite a few times. That is the late 80s and early 90s. He visited our church frequently, and I used to love his stories. He's actually an evangelist. And he was always telling us about the places that he go to and the miracles that happen. And yeah, and I enjoyed his testimony tremendously. Many people will find fault with Samuel Doctorian, but who are you to find fault? There was Paul. Paul was a murderer, by the way. And serious, he was a murderer, and Jesus called Paul to be an apostle. Yeah, and I was very disturbed when I heard this from a pastor when I told him about Samuel Doctorian's visions on the 5 angels. Yeah. So this is horrendous scenes of the sixth seal across the continents of the world. Now I'm going to straight go into the where the 5 angels visited him, and avoid the rest of his other testimony. But this is Samuel Doctorian, and this is a description of the 5 angels that he saw. And he described here, he vividly saw the angels' faces, and he can actually describe them, how they looked like, and he said 2 of them had, 3 of them had wings, and 2 of them didn't have wings. Now this is a vision, revelation, and of Samuel Doctorian when he was at the island of Patmos. Yeah, so this is from the first angel, and this is the message of the first angel then to Samuel Doctorian. Now I am going to interject as well a little bit and share what I also know, what other people said as well. He is not the only person as well. I myself had seen many visions, especially what happened in South Africa. But when I get there, then I will explain it as well. Now here's the first angel, the farthest from me, and to the right said, I have a message for all of Asia. The moment he said that, in a split few seconds, He said he could see the whole of China, India, the whole of Asian countries like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, North Korea, South Korea. I've never been to these countries, he said, but I could see the Philippines and Japan down to Singapore. I saw Malaysia, Indonesia, and then the angels showed me all of Papua New Guinea and the whole of Irian and Jaya, and Indonesia, and down to Australia and New Zealand. This was the message of the angel to all the parts of Asia, including Australia and New Zealand. The angel said, I am the angel of China, he said, India and Australia. In his hands he saw a tremendous trumpet, not a small one, but a long, big one. He was going to blow it all over Asia. So whatever the angel said, it's going to happen with the trumpet of the Lord all over Asia. Millions are going to hear the mighty voice of the Lord. Then the angel said, there shall be disasters, starvation, many will die from hunger. This, of course, is the fourth horseman still riding, although the fourth horseman is still open from the beginning of Pentecost. In actual fact, that fourth horseman is riding since the day of Zechariah. Yeah, and he said a great part, the strong winds will be loosened like never happened before. And I believe those are the winds, that is almost like pole shift that's taking place. That is what is seen. Now that strong, the angel in Revelation 7 hold the wind back until the 144 are sealed. And the rapture would probably take place right at where the stars are falling, and after that is the pole shift. So here we see very, very strong winds are loose like never ever happened, he said. And the sea will cover the earth will fall into the sea. Great parts of Australia will be shaken. Australia will be divided and destroyed, and this I heard from many other people as well, that great parts of Australia will be shaken. Australia will be divided and destroyed. Great parts will go under the ocean. Millions will die in China and India. Nations will be against nations, brother against brothers. Asians will fight each other. Yeah, that is probably what we've seen already in Sri Lanka. Those are the things that will occur. Yeah? Nuclear weapons, and this I believe, nuclear weapons, that I believe is the Third World War that is coming just after the rapture, and this is what he is seeing. Nuclear weapons shall be used to kill millions of people. I heard the word catastrophic used twice. Financial crisis, and this is the financial collapse that I've been discussing 2 days ago all over Asia. It will shake the world. I was trembling while the angel was speaking. Of course, I probably would also be trembling. I would be so fearful for that matter. Yeah. Then he looked at me and smiled and said, there shall be great spiritual awakening. Bondages will be broken. Barriers will be removed. Millions in China, India, and all of Asia will turn to Christ. Yes, that is just after the rapture. And I said that the revival is going to break after the rapture. The reason why is every eye saw Jesus in the sky, people. Every eye saw Jesus in the sky. And that alien invasion story will not help. Millions in China and India will turn to Christ. I'm so glad about that. That is there's only 2 of those 5 angels that has great news concerning souls. The rest of the other 3 very hardly anything. In Australia, there will be tremendous revival, although Australia trends about 90% already took the jab, people. So there is forgiveness, people. In Australia there shall be tremendous revival. Then I heard the angel of Asia say, it is the last harvest. I could hear the Spirit say, I shall prepare my church for the return of Christ. He said, I was happy with the last few sentences of good news after such judgment. Coming to the second angel, where the second angel has said, and here a sickle is in his hand. Where we see the sickle is actually with the grape harvest in Revelation 14. That is where, at the bottom half of 14, that is where we see the sickle being used. I heard him say, harvest time had come in Israel, and all the countries, all the way from Iran and Turkey and Arab countries, multitudes have refused me, refused my message of love, hate each other, shall kill one another, shall be destroyed. I saw the angel raise the sickle, and down came it on all the Middle East countries. In a few seconds, I saw the whole of Iran, Armenia. By the way, Samuel Doctorian is from Armenia. Azerbaijan, and that nation will of course be included into the Russian Federation. Turkey, Georgia will also be included in the Russian Federation. Iraq and Iraq, yeah. Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Israel, and all Asia Minor full of blood. I saw blood all over these countries. I saw fire, nuclear weapons again being used in many of these countries. And that nuclear weapons, Third World War, it come just after the rapture. Just after the rapture, just after the pole shift, and then where that lady said, nuclear war will start just after the rapture, and this is what's happening here. I heard Israel, oh Israel, the great judgment has come. Of course, that's Jacob's trouble then. And the angel said, the chosen of the church, the remnant shall be purified. They shall be purified. The Spirit, this is of course people that's left behind. This is people that are left behind, people. The Spirit of God shall prepare the children of God. I saw fires and smoke risen in heaven. The angel said, this is the final judgment. My church will be purified, protected and ready for the final day. Man will die from thirst. Water shall be scarce all over the Middle East. Rivers shall dry. Man will fight for water in the Middle East countries. I saw the United Nations shall be broken to pieces because of the crisis in the Middle East. There shall be no more United Nations. Of course, we will just see the Antichrist government then. The angels will, where the sickle shall reap the harvest. Now, many people testified already of Iran. Many people, there are a mighty revival among the church there in Iran as well as in Turkey. Many people are getting saved there. And this is the news that I've heard there. So this is going to come to pass. Now the third angel, that of course here is now Europe and the European nations. In the presence of the Almighty God and what the angels were talking to me, I was shivering, trembling. I wanted to cry. That is of course Samuel Doctorian, but I was not able to. I was so lost to see what was happening. I really was fascinated. I couldn't have the courage to ask the third angels who had the wings to open his wings. Suddenly, this third angel opened his wings. I saw him fly over my room, and in the spirit showed me the whole of Europe. I saw Europe from one end to the other, all the way from the north down to Spain and Portugal. He had a scale in his hand, a scale of measurement. Whatever the measurement, the Lord will give it to us. I heard clearly the angel say, I am grieved. I am grieved. I see unrighteousness, uncleanliness, ungodliness all over Europe. Sin has risen to the heaven. The Holy Spirit is grieved. I saw the rivers of Europe flooding, and some parts in Poland and Germany and elsewhere, there are floods even happening right now. We are very close to that. Suddenly I heard earthquakes all over. You see, mentioned earthquakes everywhere. This is the sixth seal, because there will be a global earthquake across the world. Earthquakes all over Europe. Countries that had no earthquake before shall be shaken. So that's a sixth seal. Suddenly I saw the Eiffel Tower in Paris crumbling, falling down. A great part of the Germany destroyed. Great city of London, destruction everywhere. I saw floods all over Scandinavia. I looked to the south of Europe. I saw Spain and Portugal passing through great hunger and great disasters. Many will die from hunger. Many will die from hunger. That's after the rapture, people. I cried and I said, Lord, what about your children? The angel said, I shall prepare them. Yes, I shall prepare them. They shall be looking for the appearing of the Lord. Now he is asking about your children, about the rapture. And they were looking for the appearing of the Lord. These things happen after. Now the angel telling him, they shall be looking for the appearing of the Lord. What we are doing right now. And I believe it's coming at Feast of Trumpets, people. That is the next feast to be fulfilled. Many will cry to me in those days, and I will save them. Many will. There's coming, I believe, we will see the earthquake. And many people, millions of people will die in that earthquake, people. Millions. And I believe that what God will do is that those that are not ready for the rapture, and he will feel that they will not make it through the tribulation, through his wrath. He will take them in that earthquake, that earthquakes right across the world. I shall perform mighty miracles for them and show them my power. This comes just after the rapture. This revival comes after the rapture. Joel 2, right? What Peter saw was just locally in Jerusalem. And where will the second one be? The second one will come on Feast of Atonement, people, 10 days after the rapture. I may share another video shortly on that. That is where I did have a video already about the coming revival. I think it's about 2 videos that I've done so far. Yeah. So now coming to the fourth angel. The fourth angel said, Then I saw the fourth angel flying all over Africa from Cairo to Cape Town. Now the angel of Africa had a sword in his hand. I heard him say, Innocent blood has been shed. Divisions among the people, generations far from the Lord. Thousands of people have killed each other. I've seen my faithful children in Africa. He didn't say that about the other 2 yet, but he said, I have seen my faithful children in Africa. I shall reward them. Those, of course, that just before the rapture. He said, I shall reward all of them, the faithful. They will go in the rapture. I shall bless them abundantly. And this is true. What I heard this testimony more than 25 years ago already. He had this 22 years ago. He had this 24 years. He had this vision. That is in 1998. And I always go over that, and this is true. That is happening. God said, I shall control the weather. Such scorching burning of the sun. And that, of course, is part of the bowl judgment that he's talking about there. And my sword shall judge the unrighteous and the bloodthirsty. So many earthquakes again. This is part of the sixth seal. And then as well, you also see it. There's three major global earthquakes coming. That, of course, is the first one is in the sixth seal. The second one is in Revelation 12. There will be another great earthquake there again. And then at Revelation 16, 18, there almost the total world will be destroyed, people, with that last one. But this is just, I'm just talking about this was the sixth seal here. Rivers will flow in different directions, flooding of many villages. God's judgment shall do it. I saw great pieces from the stars falling from the sky upon Africa, and this is what that boy also described in his, a 9-year-old boy, that was 2017, he described that. He was in outer space, and God showed him what will happen when the asteroid hit the earth. And part of that fall upon Africa as well. Yeah. The trembling of the earth shall be tremendous. Never happened since creation, and that had never happened before. Yes, none shall escape the sword of the Lord. I saw the Nile River drying, fishes dead, stinking all over Egypt. Great parts of the middle of Africa shall be covered with water. Millions will be drowned. Millions, he said, will be drowned. Lord, I said, it's all bad news, all destruction. Any good news? The Lord said, the final day has come. Judgment day is here. Already said concerning Africa, I will reward my faithful ones. Those of the faithful ones will go in the rapture. My love has been refused. Now my anger has come. I trembled. I was shaking. I thought I cannot bear this anymore. People, and Daniel fainted when he saw this himself, what is going to happen, and God told him to seal it up right until the end where we are right now. I personally saw tsunamis, people, even in Port Elizabeth. I was in Kirkwood. I was fleeing to Kirkwood, and I have been seeing from, and when I arrived at Uitenhage is just not far, it's about 25 kilometers away from us, and I tell you, even Uitenhage and Kirkwood was flooded. I'm serious, where there's sea coming into the land. Cape Town, people, Cape Town. The Cape Town, what is the Table Mountains, I'm telling you now, will be flooded with water. I was even in Uppington, and me and my brother escaped. I was with my brother, escaped the rivers. The sea will flow upwards into the rivers. You will not know where the water coming from. And that is how terrible it will be. Earthquakes will burst pipes of the dams. Dams will collapse during this time. And people will be thirsty. There will not be water. That is the living truth. And that that is not good news at all. Now the fifth angel is concerning America and the rest. Then I saw the last angel flew over America, north and south, from the North Pole to the South Pole, from Canada all the way to Argentina, from the east of the USA, New York, till the West California. And is this thing, the message that I quote, I'll show you to now. I saw in his hand a big bow. Now the big bowl is part of the bowl judgment. America will be judged the greatest. America received much and she will be judged much, people. I saw in his hand this big bowl, a deep cup full of judgment. The angel said he would pour from this bowl upon North and South America. The angel said, no justice anymore, no righteousness, no holiness, but adultery, materialism, drunkenness, bondage of sin, killing of the innocent blood, families broken down, adulterous generation, Sodom and Gomorrah is here, Babylon, if you'd almost say. The day of Noah are here. False prophets and false preachers refusing my love. Yes, the fall away has been here since. And America has spread it, people. America has spread it. The fall away, the apostasy. Yeah. Imitations of religion, having the form of godliness but denying the power thereof. I begged the angel, can you not wait for a little while? Don't pour it out, he says. Give it a chance for repentance. And since 2001, with the World Trade Center, God has given America a chance to repent. He answered Samuel Doctorian's request. God answered. The angel said many times God has spared and he has spoken, but they have not listened. His patience has come to an end. Now the time has come. They have loved money and pleasure more than me. And the angel began to pour from the bowl. I saw great icy mountains, and I just read it the other day, people. Just the other day, that this thing is melting, and this is what's going to happen. Flooding came all over Canada, North America, all rivers flooding, destruction everywhere. The world market, listen to this. This is what's going to happen on the 26th of September, the day of Lul before. And I mentioned it with this video. And this is where I gave the quote from. The world market's collapsing with mighty earthquakes in New York. The skyscrapers tumbling, millions dying, ships in the ocean sinking, explosions heard from all over the north of the country, and millions are dying. The angel pouring judgment over Mexico, over Central America, flooding of the countries, two oceans joining. That, of course, is the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, my people. Great parts of North Brazil. And Brazil having election now in October with Bolsonaro. I don't think that election is going to take place. And listen to what he says, covered with water, the Amazon River turning to a great sea, forests destroyed and major cities in Brazil destroyed, earthquakes again in many places as the angel poured judgment all the way to the south to Chile, Argentina. Great destruction took place like never before. In Brazil, there was a boy, 15-year-old boy. He is from Brazil. He's staying in Israel now. He one day was meditating upon his song, and then the Lord appeared to him, and he said to him about that 5 cities will go under the sea. He actually named the 5 cities. And he also said, he also said the same thing. Destroyed and flooded major cities in Brazil will be destroyed. earthquakes in many places. As the angel poured judgment all the way to the south, to Chile and Argentina, great destruction took place like never before. The whole world was shaking in a short time. In a short time, he said. And that is over a short time. That when through the sixth seal, that lasts about an hour, the wind, that mighty winds last about an hour, with winds blowing up to 300 miles per hour, people. And then after that follows the 3-day darkness all over the land. And that's what's going to happen. Yeah, and after that follows about a week or so, 2 weeks, follow nuclear world war, 3 people. I heard the angels saying, this is going to happen. Then I saw the 5 angels surrounding the globe, the world lifting their wings and the lands towards heaven and saying, all glory to the Lord, heaven and earth. And that, of course, was over the nations. No good news there. No good news for that part of the world, people. No good news. But I believe there will be revival, pockets of revival in America after she's been destroyed and elsewhere. People, this is not good news, but we have to share it. We have to know about it. And the angel said to him, please share this message to everyone. You got to share it. Not many people share this. But I did share it about 10 years on Facebook. But I'm sharing this as well because I don't see many videos about that. Be blessed, people. Please do share this. Please prepare for the coming of Jesus. Jesus will be here shortly. God bless each and every one.